Students of the 43rd graduating class, your hour has arrived. The commencement ceremony has now begun. Please be seated while the American Legion Post 121, Fremont, Ohio, presents the 5 service flags. Veterans and active service members, please stand when your service flag is presented. Will you please rise as the U.S. Coast Guard Station Marblehead presents the colors? The Terra Choral Society sings our national anthem.
You may be seated. Good evening, and what a special evening it is for Terra State Community College and the graduating class of 2012. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, the faculty, and the staff of Terra, we congratulate all of you on completing the requirements for graduation, and we welcome those of you who have come to share in the joy and celebration of this evening. Tonight is a special evening for Terra Community College as well as for our graduates. Tonight we are graduating our 43rd class of students. 286 students are graduating with degrees of Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, Associate of Technical Studies, Associate of Individualized Studies, Associate of Applied Science, and Associate of Applied Business in over 60 fields. We also have 80 students who have completed their requirements to earn a certificate. Congratulations to all of you. Let me share some facts about the graduates sitting before you. The average time for our 2012 graduates to complete their degree was 4.9 years. The median time was 4 years. Our youngest graduate is a mere 17 years old. Our oldest graduate is 62 years old. 2 graduates will be receiving their associate's degrees this evening and will graduate from high school later this month. And I talked to one graduate on the way in this evening, and he is graduating from Terra today and from Tiffin University tomorrow. So we've got graduates all over the place. 2 of our graduates are mother and daughter, Robin and Rachel Bulger. We have 28 graduates who are earning dual associate degrees. 10 students have a 4-point GPA. 99 have a GPA of 3.5 or higher. 62% of our graduates have received scholarships and/or financial aid. 30% of our graduates are first-generation college students, which means they are the first in their family to go to college. 10% of our graduates brought work experience credit with them that has been applied to their degrees. 26% of our graduates have transferred credits from other colleges and universities to Terra. 10 students will be receiving their phlebotomy certificates tonight as part of a joint program with Lorain County Community College. 20 of our graduates tonight have also been working as student employees this year. One of our graduates, Aaron Esquivel, was recently named as Terra's Student Employee of the Year. Oh, I see that's a popular one. One of our graduates, Sherry Peterson, was named to the 2011-2012 All-Ohio Academic First Team by the Ohio Association of Community Colleges. And she's tonight's commencement speaker. One of our graduates, Michael Unko, was named to the 2011-2012 All-Ohio Academic Third Team. Yes, you can cheer for that too. And I would mention in passing, in Ohio there are well over 200,000 students in two-year colleges, and some of our students were considered the very top students in terms of their academic achievements in the state of Ohio. So we're especially proud of our students who compete, whether it's with students from Cleveland or Columbus or Dayton or cities or whatever, and they have done so well academically and otherwise. 24 of our graduates are veterans, and their deployments included Iraq and Afghanistan. To our graduates, I extend to you our sincere congratulations on your achievements and our very best wishes for a challenging and successful future. As you walked in this evening, I would imagine that very few of you have ever really thought about the word commencement, which is the name of our graduation ceremony. Why do we call graduation ceremony a commencement? Commencement, according to the dictionary, is just a beginning, not an ending. As graduates, you are only commencing your journey. Remember that you can never give up on the need to learn. It is the hope and it is the expectation of our entire college community that Terra has not only planted the seeds of learning, but that you will share this love of learning wherever your journeys take you. At this time, I would like to present our platform guest. Please stand as I call your name. Starting in the back row on my far right, Dean Nancy Sattler, This is Nancy's last commencement. She's retiring soon. Dean Cindy Hall, Dean Heath Martin, Treasurer Randy McCullough, and trustees Charles Knight, Don Nally, Sandra Burlekamp, Nancy Grandillo, and Susan Starr. Starting on my right in the front row are Professor Jack Fatika, President of the Faculty Union and tonight's mace bearer, Vice President Jerome Webster, Vice President Lisa Joswiak, our guest of honor, Lieutenant Colonel Thomas Hoffert, trustees Carl Coble, Chairperson of the Board of Trustees, Trustee Sandra Wise, Vice Chairwoman of the Board of Trustees, and Trustee Helene Zielinski, Sergeant at Arms. I would also like to introduce our interpreters for this evening, Ashley Ryan and Don Janowski. Okay, please be seated. Graduations are times of celebration, but not just for students. There are many others who provide support for our students, often over a period of years. Our graduates often have been given support from several generations of family members. I'd like to give our graduates the opportunity to thank these groups. So graduates, now I want you to listen carefully. I know you've been listening for many years, so you've got this down, so you just have to do what I tell you to do. So please stand. The graduates will stand, turn, and face the audience. And in just a moment, I'm going to call upon you to celebrate others in the audience, so please listen carefully. Are there any grandparents in the audience today? If there are grandparents, would you please stand? And I'm going to let the students acknowledge your support with their rousing applause. So students, applaud them. Thank you, grandparents. Parents also provide an important link in our graduate success. Parents, please stand and let the students acknowledge your support. And I'm pleased to tell the parents that the next tuition bills you pay will go to a university, not to Terra Community College. And of course, there's the support that spouses and significant others provide. I know it's hard for you to imagine a home-cooked meal or a night without homework. Your day is at hand. So if you are a spouse or significant other, please stand and let the students acknowledge your support. Our students often raise children at the same time they are gaining an education. These children are proud of the achievements of their parents. Children, this is your day too, and if you can stand, stand, but if not, somebody can lift you up in the air and we will applaud you as well. Thank you. Next, I'd like to allow the students and the audience to recognize our faculty and staff. The soul of a college is embodied in this very special group of people. Our college's mission is rooted in learning. This group of dedicated individuals plays the most significant role in developing and nurturing this learning in our students. The faculty and staff represent the very best that we have to offer as a college. I'd like to allow the students the opportunity to recognize the faculty and staff of Terra. Would the faculty and staff please stand? Thank you. Okay, students, you can turn around and be seated.
As our graduates were marching in today, I'm sure you noticed that some are wearing honor cords. The various cords are outward symbols of merit and scholarship. Upon announcement of the symbol of each cord, I would like to ask everyone in the audience to join me in recognizing these individuals. First, I would ask that all the graduates with cum laude honors to please stand and remain standing. The blue honor cord represents a cumulative grade point average of 3.5 to 3.74. Let us now applaud these graduates. You may be seated. Now, would all of the graduates who are members of the Phi Theta Kappa please stand and remain standing? Many are wearing a stole that denotes that they are members of Phi Theta Kappa, the National Honor Society for scholars at two-year colleges. At Terra, a student needs a 3.5 GPA to be inducted. Let us now applaud these graduates. You may be seated. Next, would all of the graduates with magna cum laude honors please stand? The gold honor cord represents magna cum laude honors with a 3.75 to 3.89 grade point average. Let us now applaud these graduates. You may be seated. I would also ask the graduates with summa cum laude honors to stand. These graduates have attained the highest honor and graduated with the 3.9 or higher grade point average, essentially earning all A's in their 2 years here. They are wearing 1 blue and 1 gold honor cord. Let us now applaud these graduates. You may be seated. Tonight, for the first time, our graduates who are veterans are wearing their veteran honor cords, which are red, white, and blue. Could you please stand and remain standing to be recognized at this time? Let us now. You may be seated. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, my faculty colleagues, and the entire Terra family, I congratulate each of you on your scholastic achievements at Terra. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you our student speaker for this evening, Ms. Sherry Peterson. Sherry is a member of Phi Theta Kappa, Terra's Green Team, and Student Government, and participates and volunteers for various other organizations both on and off campus. She consistently takes a leadership role in the classroom and provides tactful, uplifting, supportive, and encouraging feedback to her peers. Sherry works as a student employee in the Office of Disability Service and Academic Improvement. She was nominated for the Jack Kent Cook Scholarship and was named to the first team of All-Ohio Academic Team. Sherry received an associate degree in applied business in 2010 and will graduate tonight with a second degree in executive office administration. She plans to pursue a bachelor's degree at Tiffin University next year. Please join me in welcoming Sherry Peterson.
Thank you, Lisa, and congratulations to Terra State's class of 2012. It is such an honor to stand before you as commencement speaker. I have so many people to thank for this privilege. However, I know you're all eager to proceed, so instead I will say, if you have instructed me, helped me, or allowed me to help you, or if we have simply shared a smile, I appreciate you. Know that you are valued. I wanted to share a joke with you all tonight, but I never quite mastered the art of telling one, so instead I will share a piece of myself. One of my favorite quotes is, "People will do exactly what you let them do." That is to say, if you allow someone to hit your car and then drive away with no ramifications, chances are someone will. That is because people will do exactly what you let them do. Likewise, if you tell high school students that if they meet a certain requirement, they may complete high school and college simultaneously, they will rise to the occasion as evidenced in 2 of tonight's graduates. It is refreshing to know that even with high school graduation not being equivalent to college ready, some will reach that bar because it has been set. Again, I tell you,
People will do exactly what you let them do. Promote higher education at the local high schools and fill classes on the day registration opens. Why? Because people will do exactly what you let them do. Tell a 30-something-year-old single mother of two that she is one of the employees who will be laid off indefinitely, but follow up by also informing her of her educational opportunities. She will register for classes while in foreclosure, alternate between full-time temporary and part-time employment while attending school full-time, losing her home, and surviving cancer. She will allow herself to succeed because people will do exactly what you let them do, and she recognizes that there is no greater gift than an education. In fact, Ivy League schools and selective senior colleges, such as the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, Cornell, Columbia, UC Berkeley, Georgetown, and Amherst, are aggressively recruiting community college students. Historically, it has been emphasized that a student has a right to fail once being admitted to community college. I say they have a right to succeed because people will do exactly what you let them do. I believe we are all called to do for others, so I would like to share some of my techniques for improving our global communities. First, volunteer. It is a great way to learn about organizations and their impacts both locally as well as globally, but it also serves as personal experience. Each of us has valid reasons for not being able to donate our time, but if we allowed those things to prevent volunteerism, we would have no American Cancer Society, no American Legion, and no military. Second, engage one another. Everywhere I go, I speak to someone new. I stumble at times, and not everyone likes me. Not everyone will like you either. However, that is an integral part of the learning process, and it's true that 75% of what students learn in college, they learn outside the classroom. Finally, collaborate. Become involved in mentoring, whether that be to mentor someone or to be mentored yourself. Mentoring relationships build stronger individuals, organizations, and communities. Allow those collaborations to germinate and leaders will surface because people will do exactly what you let them do. It's important to stake your claim on your community, the successes it boasts, and the challenges it faces. Engage the people you encounter, motivate them through your works, then step back and watch them evolve. They will be great because people will do exactly what you let them do. Robert Frost said that education is the ability to listen to almost anything without losing your temper or your self-confidence. Hear this. It is not your right to be informed about the country in which you live. It is not your right to make an impact. It is your responsibility. Accept responsibility and make an impact that has a 30-something-year-old woman as first-team All-Ohio academic, Regional Officer of Phi Theta Kappa, Exiting Chapter Officer of Phi Theta Kappa. She will turn 40 on Monday, and she stands before you now. That all happened because people will do exactly what you let them do. Thank you.
Thank you, Sherry. This is an award for your wonderful achievement. Well done. Thank you.
Thank you.
It is my pleasure to recognize two graduates this evening in Terra's tradition of honoring community service and perseverance. We honor one graduate who is receiving the Community Service Award. This award is given to students who have provided distinguished service to their community while attending Terra State Community College. I now call upon David Banks to please come forward and receive your award. David is graduating tonight with an associate degree in accounting. In addition to his studies, he has been performing commendable work as a supplemental instruction leader who is responsible for providing guidance and leadership outside the classroom and in study groups for accounting. He goes above and beyond daily to ensure the students with whom he is working understand the foundation and concepts of accounting. David is flexible and will accommodate students in his free time because he knows how much the students need assistance. David, all of us at Terra are very proud of you, and we congratulate you on your accomplishments. Tonight, we honor one graduate who is receiving the Perseverance Award. This special award is given due to a student's commitment to persevere through trials to triumph while attending Terra State Community College. Will Karen Falk please come forward and receive your award? Karen is a member of Phi Theta Kappa, a single mother, a full-time student, and a part-time employee. Since starting her journey of becoming a college graduate, Karen has had many obstacles and difficulties, including cancer, chemotherapy, surgeries, and dealing with the illness and subsequent death of her father. Karen's drive, determination, and perseverance helped her overcome these issues and fulfill her dreams of a college education. She is graduating tonight summa cum laude with an associate's degree in health information technology. Karen, we are proud of you. Congratulations on your accomplishments.
When we were planning tonight's commencement, we thought about Terra's active role in expanding its services for students who are veterans. The college has created a success course geared to build community and to assist in the learning process for students who are veterans. Just last week, Terra sponsored the first Veterans College Fair, bringing together veterans and area educational institutions. Terra is continuing to find ways to serve veterans, and that is reflected in its enrollment of 97 students who received veterans benefits this spring. As we thought about our current and graduating students who are veterans, we wanted to showcase a local veteran. After graduating from Fremont St. Joseph, Lieutenant Colonel Thomas Hufford went on to complete a distinguished career in the U.S. Army. He retired from the military with more than 20 years of service. Colonel Hufford served his country worldwide and is a decorated war veteran. He commanded field artillery batteries both in Germany and in Vietnam. He was an artillery officer in South Korea, and he commanded an armored cavalry squadron of more than 1,000 men at Fort Bliss. Terra State Community College is delighted and honored to have Colonel Thomas Hufford as our guest speaker this evening. Please join me in welcoming Lieutenant Colonel Thomas Hufford to the podium.
Thank you very much, Carl. President Bordner, members of the Board of Trustees, staff and faculty, graduates, parents, grandparents, friends, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I thank you for that kind introduction, but after many years in the military, I'm used to many titles: lieutenant, captain, major, colonel, the old man, sir, and others that I can't even mention here. But the title I enjoy most of all now is grandfather. And of course, I have the most precocious grandchildren of all. Even while in church, my granddaughter Tyler couldn't stop asking questions of her mother, such as, "Mommy, what's that?" "That's the altar. Please keep quiet." A moment later, "Mommy, what's that?" "That's the cross." "Shh." And a minute later, "Mommy, what's that?" That's the plaque for the boys that died in service. Well, what service did they die in, Mommy? The 9:30 or the 11:15? So I hope I don't die on you here at the 7:30 service. First of all, my heartiest congratulations to our honored graduates. All those hours and days and weeks and even years of work and study and testing are coming to an end. The long wait for this day is over as you reach a milestone in your education and life's journey. Other milestones of life are birth or weddings or death, but this one is universally a happy one to be shared with family and friends. If you haven't actually seen a milestone, we have an example of them here in Sandusky County along State Street, Route 20, between Fremont and Perrysburg. They mark progress with concrete markers, just as commencement activities measure progress along your personal journey. All of the family and friends are here to see you and help share this accomplishment. Some are here to see if you actually graduate and to know that tuition bills are finished. Others are simply proud of your success, as you should be, because Terra has a fine reputation in this community and area, and in fact all over the state. You are well prepared to take your place in society and further the legacy of Terra graduates. But there is more to this milestone idea and more to the meaning of commencement. You still have far to go. If you look carefully at those State Street markers, you will see a P on one side and an LS on the other. That is a reference to Perrysburg on one side and Fremont's first name, Lower Sandusky, on the other. It not only marks how far you've come, but how far you have to go. If I may offer a personal example of how things you learn become obsolete. While in high school, I had a free period as a senior and was talked into taking typing. I was the only boy in class, and the machines were of the manual type. Among other things, you had to train your little finger to be as strong as the rest to keep the type even. Speed and accuracy were expected. But having taken this course got me a job in the admitting office at University Hospital while a student at Ohio State. It helped pay my tuition. A second skill I learned in high school and college was the use of the slide rule. It is a logarithmic tool with a movable stick and a cursor that facilitates consecutive mathematical computations. Having this skill got me assigned to artillery in my Army career. But both the manual typewriter and the slide rule are in museums now. And my question for you is, what skill do you now have that may get you a job but will be obsolete in 10 years? Do you have an attitude that can be constantly adjusted to new technological changes that are bound to occur? Even I had to return to Terra at age 68 to learn the latest in PowerPoint, and I learned how to text at age 71. What are your life's goals? You are better prepared than most of your ancestors to change the world as you would like it to be. Think big and dream big and live life to the fullest. Now let me say a word about our brothers and sisters who are returning home from military service, especially those who are in a combat zone. How can I tell you of the messy, smelly, awful, unnatural business of war? The intensity of combat is something you cannot imagine without being there. If you've ever been hunting, you know how your senses are more attuned to the world. Your eyes are wider, your ears hear better, and your heart starts racing. The adrenaline rush is on. But imagine that someone is trying to shoot you. The intensity is all the more elevated. Even soldiers not in combat are living in the fast-paced environment of young people in new parts of the world. They are learning skills and languages and acronyms foreign to a normal life. The ones in combat often experience shell shock or battle fatigue, or as is now called, post-traumatic stress disorder. Upon returning home, they feel depressed and turn to alcohol or drugs just to get along. But they are our brothers and sisters and need your help and understanding and direction to readjust to normal civilian life. Education can be a big part of that turnaround, as the servicemen and women who are graduating in this audience prove. Education can provide that satisfaction that young people are seeking. Many schools, such as Terra, have dedicated counselors who understand the special needs of a veteran. But all of them need your encouragement to turn their patriotic military service into a high on education and a successful life adjustment. I salute you veterans who are graduating and hope that all those returning will follow your lead. Again, congratulations to all the graduates on your achievement, best wishes for a successful future, and most of all, may your love of learning never end. Thank you.
Thank you. When we were trying to select a veteran, we came up with a variety of names, and I think we picked just the right one. So thank you for your wisdom and your encouragement. We really appreciate it.
Will the candidates for the Associate of Arts, the Associate of Science, the Associate of Applied Business, the Associate of Applied Science, the Associate of Individualized Studies, and the Associate of Technical Studies degrees and certificates please rise? Dr. Bordner, the faculty of Terra State Community College have certified that these candidates have completed all of the requirements for the Associate of Arts, the Associate of Science, the Associate of Applied Business, the Associate of Applied Science, the Associate of Individualized Studies, and the Associate of Technical Study degrees and certificates.
By the authority vested in me as president of Terra State Community College, and upon the recommendation of the faculty and administration, I do hereby confer on you your Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, Associate of Applied Business, Associate of Applied Science, Associate of Technical Studies, or the Associate of Individual Studies degrees or certificates. Class of 2012, will you make sure that your tassel is on the right side? Right side. Yes, you've got it. Now the Terra Choral Society will perform True Light. Graduates, please be seated.
All
Members of the board, Dr. Bordner, deans and directors, faculty and guests, I am pleased to present to you the recipients of these degrees, diplomas, and certificates. We are now ready to recognize the graduates individually. I ask the audience to please save your applause until all the graduates in each degree have received their diplomas. Graduates, the marshals will direct you.
Will the students graduating with a degree in the Associate of Arts please come forward?
Veronica Ann Bliss, magna cum laude.
Matthew James Summers, cum laude.
Renee Lynn Pinnell.
Nylan Keith Munden.
Alicia Renee Selleck.
Andrea Escoval Moya.
Jennifer A. Ohms.
Melissa Rochelle Polano.
Julie Ann Poulter, cum laude.
Will the students graduating with an Associate of Science please come forward?
Stephen Alex Sherman.
Jonathan Thomas Shorts, summa cum laude.
Kenneth Edward Lejeune, cum laude.
Luke Daniel Kingsborough. Michael David Miller. Will the students graduating with an Associate of Applied Business please come forward?
Brooke Marie Cassidy, cum laude.
Sherry L. Peterson, magna cum laude.
Stephen Edward Wilhelm, magna cum laude.
David Michael Banks, summa cum laude.
Seth Aaron Scholl, summa cum laude.
Jake Daniel Smith.
Robin K. Bulger. Rachel K. Bulger.
Jackie Renee Michael.
Tracy Marie Michaels.
Fred A. Meyerholtz.
Heather L. Sally.
Crystal Renee Souders, cum laude.
Andrew James Wasserman.
Kathleen Elizabeth Reinhardt.
Jordan John Hasselbach.
Edward Charles Beardsley, Jr., summa cum laude.
Brendan Andrew Minch.
Tracy Renee Prophet.
Jose Luis Zamora.
Tommy Dejon Brown.
Craig Lee Zelms, cum laude.
Wayne Lorenzo Yearden, Jr., cum laude.
Casey Sean Keller.
Toby L. Arndt, magna cum laude.
Anthony Richard Ford.
Zachary Lee Jess.
Dean Roger Hottenstein, cum laude.
William Aaron Reinhardt.
Tanya Michelle McDonald.
Alvin E. Kuhn, magna cum laude.
Jared Michael Eberly.
Allison Elizabeth McConnell.
Catherine Christine Holman.
Leela Marie Teddo, magna cum laude.
Cheryl Louise Vargo.
Randy Lee Trimble.
Jackie Lynn Hartley.
Ruth Ann Wade, cum laude.
Chelsea Ann Gurney.
Barbara Ann Link, summa cum laude.
Amy Marie Miller.
Shelby Lauren Monaco.
Rebecca S. Lawless, magna cum laude.
Estella Guzman.
Barbarita Martinez.
Paula C. Sanchez.
Aaron Esquivel.
Brianna Christine Peer.
Crystal Lynn Knight.
Patricia Suzanne Channels.
Angie Laurel Wilkins, magna cum laude.
Daniel Marie Frericks.
Kristen Danielle Woodward.
Dustin Richard Austin.
Sarah Rebecca Ullum.
Will the students graduating with an Associate's of Applied Science please come forward?
Daniel G. Garza, cum laude.
Andrea Marie Baker.
Joseph Carl Matthews.
Kimberly Lou Colbert.
Callie Lee Rose, cum laude.
Michelle Arlene Kuchal.
Skylar Micah Blay.
Nicole Camilla Sutherland.
Christy Ann Capone.
Damlin Mogega Masiba.
Rebecca Alicia Diltz.
Barbara Jo Bostick.
Heather Lynn Factor.
Brennan Nakachi Siebert.
Amanda Marie Lucius.
Craig Allen Meyer, cum laude.
Jody Beth Cycle, summa cum laude.
Mitchell William Andrews.
Candida Michelle Knopf, cum laude.
Karen Marie Folk, summa cum laude.
Ryan Christopher Darga.
Rhonda Sue Leibold.
Timothy Thomas Sanders, cum laude.
Jennifer J. Tingley.
Robert Michael Fitzgerald, magna cum laude.
Annette Danica Edmund, magna cum laude.
Joseph Timothy Hasslinger.
Marcella Marie Sizer.
Tanner Michael Johnson.
Asia Jean Downing.
Matthew Philip Trumpauer, magna cum laude.
Colleen Renee Myers.
Andrew Philip Squires.
Tracy Lynn Nye, magna cum laude.
Lee J. Shiley, summa cum laude.
Dual Ari Durst, cum laude.
Demetrius Edwards.
Irene Ruth Kiesel.
Cara Lynn Cashmere, magna cum laude.
Derek Edward Warren, magnum cum laude.
Christy Ann Weimer.
Dylan Robert Stifler.
Angelia Sue Grove, cum laude.
Tyler Joseph Keegan.
Courtney Lynn Sanchez, magna cum laude.
Rachel Ann Fox.
Stephanie Lou Winings.
Billy J. Lewis.
Sean Eric Van Meter, cum laude.
George R. Fairchild.
Scott Andrew Sardi, cum laude.
Keith Philip Inahosa.
John Jeffrey Griffith.
Kathleen Marie Forshee.
Robert Sorg.
Corey William Saltz.
Michael Allen Sally.
Philip Charles Wamas, cum laude.
Catherine Renee Lopez.
Christopher Dennis Wansilter.
Michael David Antco, cum laude.
Armando Armendariz Jr.
Priscilla Ann Drenning, cum laude.
Natalie Nicole Lambert. Lindsay Ann Wagner, magna cum laude. Daniel Fortina Guerra. Will the students graduating with an Associate of Individualized Study please come forward? Allison K. Ziak. Sonia Renee Lindsay. Nicole E. England, cum laude. Will the students graduating with a degree of the Associate of Technical Study please come forward? Okay. Will the students graduating with a certificate please come forward?
Joshua Nathan Lazar.
Mark William Eddington.
Zachary Tyler Thornton.
George L. Kudalupi, Jr.
Aaron Gregory Gonzalez.
Brian Thomas Swinehart.
Kevin Michael McClure.
Jennifer Brooke Fate.
Orrin Kelsey Wilcox III. Ashley Renee James. Brianne Rochelle Lane. Dennis Michael Walter.
Will the students graduating with a phlebotomy certificate please come forward?
Kendra Berkey.
Casey Bowman.
Kara Owens.
Krista Noble.
Alicia Harivia.
Lynette Lawless.
Graduates of the class of 2012, move your tassels to the left.
Before we recess, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I would like to recognize Dr. Marcia Bordner in this, her last final commencement ceremony at Terra State. As you may know, Dr. Bordner will be retiring at the end of June. Her leadership and dedication to this college over the last 9 years has proven to be remarkable, care-filled, and progressive. In recognition of her service to Terra and to the democracy colleges throughout her career, the Board of Trustees bestowed upon her the title of President Emerita in January of this year. Please join me in expressing our sincere gratitude to Dr. Bordner for all of her service and leadership to Terra State Community College.
The 43rd commencement ceremony of Terra State Community College is closed. Please remain in your seats while the graduates, platform guests, and faculty leave the building. The faculty will be congratulating these graduates individually after the ceremony. After the graduates, faculty, and platform guests have left the auditorium, then you may leave the auditorium. We would ask the audience to join us in honoring these graduates' accomplishments at the reception in Building B. Please join us there.
Thank you.